During the Second World War, control of the sky became a decisive factor in modern warfare. Across continents and oceans, fighter aircraft evolved rapidly, shaped by industry, geography, and human experience. These machines were not symbols, but tools, built to intercept, escort, and survive. This record follows every major fighter aircraft used in World War II, beginning with Germany's early dominance in the air. Germany. Messerschmitt Bf 109. The Messerschmitt Bf 109 was Germany's primary single-engine fighter and one of the most produced aircraft in aviation history. Designed for speed and climb rate, it featured a compact airframe and a powerful inline engine optimized for interception. In combat, the Bf 109 formed the backbone of the Luftwaffe from the opening campaigns in Poland through the final battles over Germany. Its role shifted from air superiority to desperate homeland defense as the war progressed. For pilots, the aircraft demanded precision. Its narrow landing gear punished mistakes, but in the air, experienced pilots valued its responsiveness and firepower. Many of the war's highest-scoring aces flew the Bf 109, often flying multiple sorties per day under increasing pressure. As Germany sought greater range and firepower, a heavier solution followed. Messerschmitt Bf 110. The Messerschmitt Bf 110 was conceived as a twin-engine heavy fighter, designed to escort bombers deep into enemy territory. Its size allowed for heavier armament, longer range, and a second crew member to manage navigation and rear defense. Early in the war, the Bf 110 found success against lightly defended targets. Over Western Europe, however, its limited maneuverability became a liability when facing agile single-engine fighters. Losses mounted during the Battle of Britain. For crews, the aircraft felt stable and powerful, but vulnerable. Pilots relied on teamwork with their radio operators, especially when attacked from behind. As daylight escort duties became too costly, the Bf 110 found renewed purpose as a night fighter, intercepting bombers in darkness using radar. Germany's search for air superiority would soon produce a more formidable answer. Focke-Wulf FW-190. The Focke-Wulf FW-190 was introduced to counter Allied fighters with greater firepower and resilience. Powered by a radial engine, it emphasized durability, heavy armament, and high roll rate over delicate aerodynamics. On the Western Front, the FW-190 shocked Allied pilots when it first appeared, outperforming early Spitfire variants at low and medium altitudes. It served as both an air superiority fighter and a ground attack aircraft, adapting to Germany's shifting needs. Pilots described the aircraft as forgiving and strong. Its wide landing gear reduced accidents, and its cockpit layout improved situational awareness. In combat, the FW-190 allowed German pilots to strike hard and disengage quickly. Yet even this advantage could not last. The race for speed and altitude pushed aviation into an entirely new era. Messerschmitt Me 262. The Messerschmitt Me 262 was the world's first operational jet fighter, representing a leap in speed and firepower over any piston-engine aircraft of the era. Its swept wings and twin jet engines allowed it to reach nearly twice the speed of Allied fighters. Deployed late in the war, the Me 262 was intended to intercept bombers and reclaim airspace over Germany. Armed with 30mm cannons and capable of carrying rockets, it was deadly in the hands of experienced pilots. Flying the Me 262 was unlike any other aircraft. Jet engines were temperamental, and takeoffs were perilous on short runways. Pilots needed precision timing and nerves of steel, balancing the thrill of unprecedented speed against the constant risk of mechanical failure or Allied interception. As the Luftwaffe struggled to maintain air dominance, these jets signaled the dawn of a new era in aerial combat, one that would forever change the skies. United Kingdom. Supermarine Spitfire. The Supermarine Spitfire was Britain's premier high-performance interceptor, designed for agility and speed. Its elliptical wings and powerful Rolls-Royce Merlin engine made it exceptionally responsive in dogfights. During the Battle of Britain, the Spitfire became a symbol of resilience. Pilots relied on its tight turning radius to outmaneuver Luftwaffe aircraft, protecting cities and airfields across southern England. Crew experience was intensely personal. Pilots praised its handling in combat but noted that endurance and spatial awareness were critical, especially during long patrols over hostile territory. Fatigue could be as dangerous as enemy fire. While the Spitfire excelled in finesse and climb, Britain also relied on a more rugged companion to hold the front line. Hawker Hurricane. The Hawker Hurricane was a robust, reliable fighter that formed the bulk of Britain's early war air defenses. Its simpler design, fabric-covered fuselage, and sturdy airframe allowed rapid production and easy field repairs. During the Battle of Britain, Hurricanes accounted for the majority of Luftwaffe losses. While not as fast or agile as the Spitfire, it absorbed damage and remained operational when others might have been lost. Pilots found the Hurricane forgiving and dependable. Its stable handling made it ideal for newer pilots thrown into intense combat, allowing them to focus on accuracy and formation flying rather than constant maneuvering. As the war progressed, Britain expanded its fighter roles, including heavier and specialized designs. Bristol Beaufighter. The Bristol Beaufighter was a twin-engine heavy fighter, adapted for long-range interception and nocturnal operations. Equipped with radar and powerful cannons, it excelled in attacking enemy bombers under cover of darkness. Initially conceived as a torpedo bomber, its versatility allowed it to serve in multiple theaters, from the skies over Britain to the Mediterranean and Pacific. Its heavy frame absorbed damage that would cripple lighter fighters. Crews experienced a mix of intensity and precision. Pilots relied on radar operators to detect targets beyond visual range, requiring coordination and calm under pressure. The Beaufighter's firepower rewarded disciplined tactics, especially in night engagements. From the darkness of night combat, Britain also fielded aircraft emphasizing speed over armor. De Havilland Mosquito. The de Havilland Mosquito was a fast, twin-engine aircraft built primarily of wood, reducing weight while maintaining strength. Its speed allowed it to outrun most enemy fighters, even when lightly armed. Mosquito fighters served in interception, reconnaissance, and night fighting roles. They targeted enemy aircraft and ground positions with precision, often striking deep into occupied Europe. Pilots described flying the Mosquito as exhilarating yet demanding. Its speed and responsiveness rewarded skillful handling, while its wooden construction required careful maintenance. Crews often felt a sense of daring when pushing it into combat against heavier, more heavily armed adversaries. As Britain secured the skies, attention shifted to American production and long-range escort fighters. United States. Curtiss P-40 Warhawk. The Curtiss P-40 Warhawk was one of America's first mass-produced fighters of World War II. Built for durability and low-altitude performance, it served in North Africa, China, and the Pacific. Its role was versatile: bomber escort, ground attack, and air superiority in regions where high-altitude performance was less critical. Squadrons like the American Volunteer Group, the Flying Tigers, made the P-40 famous in China. Pilots found the Warhawk rugged and reliable, though it lacked the agility of contemporary European fighters. Its heavy frame absorbed damage that might have downed lighter aircraft, instilling confidence in prolonged engagements. As the war evolved, faster, longer-range fighters became essential for the Allies' expanding campaigns. Bell P-39 Airacobra. The Bell P-39 Airacobra featured an unconventional mid-engine layout with a 37mm cannon firing through the propeller hub. Designed primarily for low-altitude operations, it excelled in ground attack missions and close air support. While limited at high altitude, the P-39 was effective in the Pacific and Soviet theaters, where low-level combat was common. Its speed and firepower allowed pilots to engage both aircraft and armored vehicles with precision. Crew experience was unique. Pilots needed to adjust to its atypical center of gravity handling and the heavy recoil of its cannon. In skilled hands, the Airacobra became a formidable adversary despite its altitude limitations. The Airacobra's lessons informed the design of larger, more versatile American fighters that followed. Republic P-47 Thunderbolt. The Republic P-47 Thunderbolt was a large, rugged fighter powered by a massive radial engine. Its design emphasized survivability and firepower, capable of carrying bombs and rockets in addition to 8.50 caliber machine guns. The Thunderbolt excelled as a high-altitude escort for bombers over Europe and in ground attack roles. Its durability allowed pilots to return from missions even when heavily damaged. Pilots experienced a mix of power and momentum. The P-47's weight made it less nimble in dogfights, but its climb and dive capabilities, combined with exceptional armor, made it a dependable ally in both air-to-air and air-to-ground combat. From the heavy Thunderbolt, the Allies soon transitioned to a fighter combining speed, range, and agility, the P-51 Mustang. North American P-51 Mustang. The North American P-51 Mustang was a revolutionary long-range fighter, designed to escort bombers deep into enemy territory. Its laminar flow wing and powerful Merlin engine gave it unmatched speed, range, and maneuverability for its class. In combat, the P-51 transformed the Allied strategic bombing campaign over Europe. It could accompany bombers to Berlin and back, engaging Luftwaffe fighters with precision and endurance. Pilots praised the Mustang's responsiveness and cockpit visibility. Long missions tested stamina, but its reliability and performance instilled confidence. Many airmen considered it the definitive Allied fighter of the war. Alongside the Mustang, the U.S. Navy also fielded specialized carrier-based fighters, extending America's reach to the Pacific. Grumman F-6F Hellcat. The Grumman F-6F Hellcat was designed for carrier operations in the Pacific, emphasizing durability, firepower, and ease of maintenance. Its rugged airframe and powerful engine made it ideal for both dogfighting and strike missions. Hellcats dominated early carrier battles, notably at Midway and the Philippine Sea, achieving a remarkable kill-to-loss ratio against Japanese aircraft. Its design allowed pilots to recover from damage that would have downed lighter planes. Crew experience focused on reliability under combat pressure. The cockpit layout and forgiving flight characteristics reduced pilot fatigue, enabling aggressive tactics over vast oceanic expanses. With the Hellcats securing the seas, the Allies also deployed an advanced carrier fighter with exceptional speed. Vought F-4U Corsair. The Vought F-4U Corsair was a carrier-based fighter known for its distinctive inverted gull-wing and powerful radial engine. It combined high speed, long range, and heavy armament, making it a formidable presence in the Pacific theater. Corsairs excelled in air superiority, ground attack, and close support missions. Their speed allowed them to intercept Japanese aircraft effectively, while their firepower could devastate both air and ground targets. Pilots noted that the Corsair demanded skill during takeoff and landing on carriers, but in the air, it was highly responsive and rewarding to fly. Its performance gave American naval aviators confidence against any adversary. From the vast Pacific, attention now turns to the vast Eastern Front, where the Soviet Union deployed its own specialized fighters. Soviet Union. Yakovlev Yak 1/Yak-3. The Yakovlev Yak series, including the Yak-1 and later the Yak-3, was designed for simplicity, speed, and maneuverability. Lightweight construction and a powerful engine made these fighters highly effective at low and medium altitudes. They served on the brutal Eastern Front, engaging German aircraft in intense dogfights. Their agility allowed Soviet pilots to outturn heavier German fighters in close combat, often turning disadvantage into opportunity. Crew experience emphasized skill and endurance. The aircraft was responsive but unforgiving at high speed, demanding precise control. Pilots valued its straightforward systems and reliability under harsh winter conditions. The Yak's evolution gave rise to a heavier, more powerful design that could sustain even greater firepower. Lavochkin La-5/La-7. The Lavochkin La-5 and its successor, the La-7, were Soviet fighters built for speed, durability, and firepower. Powered by radial engines, they combined agility with robust construction, capable of sustaining significant damage and returning to base. These aircraft became key assets on the Eastern Front, challenging Luftwaffe fighters at low and medium altitudes. They excelled in both air superiority and ground attack missions, adapting to the shifting demands of combat. Pilots praised the La series for stability and high-speed performance. The aircraft's resilience allowed crews to press attacks aggressively, even in adverse weather, and maintain effectiveness despite mechanical stresses from the front lines. From the armored skies of the East, Soviet aviation would now shift to high-altitude interception with specialized designs. Mikoyan-Gurevich MiG-3. The Mikoyan-Gurevich MiG-3 was designed for high-altitude interception, prioritizing speed and climb over maneuverability at lower levels. It featured a powerful engine and streamlined fuselage for engagements above 5,000 meters. In combat, the MiG-3 initially faced challenges against agile Luftwaffe fighters at low altitude but proved effective in defense of strategic targets, especially early in the war. Its range and speed allowed Soviet pilots to intercept incoming bomber formations. Pilot experience was demanding. Handling was less forgiving near the ground, and high-altitude operations required careful attention to engine management and oxygen supply. Skilled pilots could exploit its speed to dictate engagements. With Soviet fighters established, focus now turns to Japan, where long-range carrier and army fighters dominated the Pacific skies. Japan. Mitsubishi A6M0. The Mitsubishi A6M0 was Japan's iconic carrier-based fighter, emphasizing extreme maneuverability and long operational range. Its lightweight construction prioritized agility over armor, allowing skilled pilots to outturn most opponents. The Zero dominated early Pacific battles, from Pearl Harbor to the Dutch East Indies, giving Japanese pilots the upper hand in dogfights. Its extended range enabled deep strikes across the vast Pacific theater. Pilots experienced a delicate balance: unmatched maneuverability in the air, but vulnerability to damage. Survivability depended on evasion and tactical skill, as even minor hits could be catastrophic due to minimal armor protection. The Zero's dominance inspired countermeasures and new Allied designs, but Japan also fielded highly maneuverable army fighters. Nakajima Ki-43 Hayabusa. The Nakajima Ki-43 Hayabusa was Japan's primary army fighter, valued for extreme maneuverability and lightweight construction. Its design emphasized dogfighting skill over armor or heavy armament, allowing it to excel in turning engagements at low altitude. It saw widespread service across China, Southeast Asia, and the Pacific, often facing numerically superior Allied forces. Pilots relied on superior tactics and evasion rather than absorbing damage. Crew experience required precision and instinct. The aircraft responded instantly to control inputs but offered little protection. Survival depended on awareness, strategy, and exploiting agility against heavier, better-armed adversaries. The Hayabusa's limitations led to the development of aircraft with stronger engines and better survivability, like the Kawasaki Ki-61. Kawasaki Ki-61 Hien. The Kawasaki Ki-61 Hien was Japan's attempt to match Allied firepower with a fighter powered by an inline engine, unlike most Japanese radial designs. This allowed a sleeker nose profile and improved performance at higher speeds. Deployed primarily in the defense of the home islands and Southeast Asia, the Ki-61 excelled in speed and diving attacks. Its armament of cannons gave it an edge against more lightly armed opponents. Pilot experience was a mix of promise and challenge. Handling was precise, but maintenance-intensive engines and the pressures of late-war missions tested crews. Survivability improved over earlier fighters, though it still lacked the armor of contemporary Allied designs. With Japanese designs covered, the final section highlights other nations' contributions to the air war.